Hi, I'll be making a batch of moisture unlock cream. Here I have two different butters. If you look, you can see that there's a difference between the two butters. This one here, this is actually shea butter, natural shea butter. This butter on the other hand is called Sue. It's a very rare butter, very expensive, has extreme moisturizing properties. You can see it has a lighter color, fluffier looking, and over here is the Ghana raw shea butter. You know that there are two different types of shea butter. You have one with a yellow color, and then you have one with a beige color. Okay, here I've added wax. Now this is a special type of wax that is derived from olive oil. What it does is it helps to stabilize the mixture, as well as it helps any active ingredient that you have inside your mixture to penetrate the skin or the hair. Okay, also in the mixture I have two different types of emulsifiers. Now emulsifiers are used to combine water and oil together, because oil and water don't mix and will separate if you do that. So in order for them to combine, I use emulsifying waxes. Now I use two different types because they serve two different purposes, but both of them are conditioning agents. So they will condition or soften the hair, or they can also add the same properties to skin. The two emulsifiers that I'm using, they do not contain carcinogenic properties or ingredients. They are derived naturally from coconut or palm oil. I'm melting the butters and the waxes using the double boiler method. So what I've done is to place my bowl over boiling water instead of putting the bowl directly over the heat. Now that my waxes and butters have melted, I'm going to add more oil to the mixture. So I'm adding sunflower and coconut oil to the mixture. While I was preparing my oils and my butters and waxes, I was also preparing the water by heating it up. And now I'm going to add aloe vera gel to the mixture. Now that I've added my gel, I'm just giving this a stir to ensure that it is incorporated together. Now I am just checking my temperatures to ensure that they are both hot enough for me to blend together. So here I've combined the water mixture and the oil and butter mixture together. The next step is to blend the mixture together. So here I'm using my immersion blender first, just to ensure that it is properly blended together. Then I'm going to move to a different blender. here I've moved on to my stand mixer, and I'm just going to let it sit just for a little bit for it to cool down somewhat, and then I will resume blending it. And you can see it's still a bit hot, right? So we're going to let it cool down and then come back to it. Okay, so let's see if the temperature is down. Alright, so it's down a bit. We're going to start blending again. Going to start slow first and then increase the speed. Okay, so that has blended for a while, and I'm going to turn this off and let the mixture sit a bit, and then I'm going to resume more blending. Alright, so I took the time out to measure my additives whilst I was letting my mixture sit. Now, additives add important benefits to products. Any product that you're making, the additives will add important benefits to it. Now, usually additives come in very concentrated form. All right, so these additives are extremely concentrated, and in order to use them you have to follow the manufacturer's instructions, because they cannot be added to whether your hair or your skin by themselves. They have to be diluted because of how strong they are. So first, my first additive is something called honeyquat. Now honeyquat is from honey. Now this is 4 times moisturizing than regular glycerin. Alright, so that will be great for your hair. Let's give this a little stir. Then we have sorbitol. Now sorbitol is a humectant that pulls moisture from the air onto whatever you have it on, whether skin or hair, so it is moisturized and soft. Also, sorbitol locks in moisture, and that is why I'm using it over glycerin, because glycerin is the other humectant that we're used to. So right behind that, I am going to add in my aloe vera scent. And then right behind that, I'm going to add keratin treatment to this. Now this is very concentrated, as I said, and this is vegetable keratin. Now your hair is primarily composed of keratin. Now keratin is made up of 18 amino acids. So when we add this to the hair, it increases the hair strength, it enhances elasticity, it also protects the hair from any damage that you would do when you go to the salon to have your hair processed, and it makes your hair look healthy and shiny and improves combability. That is the way how your hair is able to be combed. A bit more about keratin is that it is actually not just in your hair, it's in your nails and your epidermis. So this can be used on skin as well as hair and nails to make them healthy. Now I'm also going to add my concentrated herbal mix blend. I'm going to stir just to mix out those things that I've added so far. You can see that the mixture is already thickened. Alright, I'm going to add a pH balancer. Now I added the pH balancing solution to my mixture because this mixture is more of a alkaline mixture, or pH, more alkaline pH, and therefore I have to bring down the pH a bit to more acidic because your hair is actually more acidic. That's 4.5 to 5.5 on the pH scale. When you use things that are not the pH of your hair, whether it's too alkaline or too acidic, it will cause adverse effects to your hair. For example, relaxers are actually alkaline solutions. You realize when you put the relaxer in your hair straightens. That is because the alkaline solution, it is very alkaline, and the alkaline solution actually breaks down or destroys the keratin bonds in your hair and therefore straightens out your curls. Alright, so I have to ensure that the mixture is more towards your, or in the range of pH for hair, which is between 4.5 and 5.5. And last but not least, we need to add in preservative. Alright, so this will ensure that, you notice it's very thick. This will ensure that your batter does not form molds or any other bacteria whilst it is on the shelf or in your home or wherever it is. This will keep the mixture free from bacteria. Alright. Then I'm going to blend this mixture with my immersion blender. So this will take a little more blending. You have to ensure everything is properly mixed out. You can see the mixture looks uniform now, right? Because it's properly blended out. I'm just going to blend a little more and then put this back on the stand mixer. As you can see, it is also very thick. Had a little whoopsie moment right there. Alright, so I place this back on the stand mixer and I'm going to let it blend for some time. You can see it's much thicker now. Alright, so I'm going to let this blend for about 10 minutes or so. Alright, so now that this has blended for a time, I'm going to now turn this off. And what I'm going to be doing is to transfer my mixture into a container that I have sterilized. I'm going to let it stay in there for a time. Okay, so I've transferred my mixture into this container. This is a 6-liter container. Right, so I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to let this sit for a time. It is now night, probably about 12 a.m. or so. So I'm going to let this sit for some time till the next day, because from experience, because I've used emulsifiers, and emulsifiers thicken mixtures. Now what you'll find is that when you blend mixtures with that contain emulsifiers, or even if it was anhydrous mix, no water, and it is just oils and butters, what you'll find is that when you blend it, you incorporate air into it. So what air does is it fluffs the mixture. Okay, when that thick mixture becomes fluffy, what you may find is that when the mixture settles, the mixture will actually shrink. Right? So because you added air by whipping it, it fluffs up. But when it settles, it shrinks down back to size. Now, if let us say I was adding this mixture to jars and I added in 8 ounces, and the 8 ounce would fill the jar. What you'll find is that after a day or so, when you look at that jar, the jar actually look as if it has less contents inside of it. Alright, so you'll be wondering why the jar isn't filled. Alright, I've had this problem before, so I know. So what I'm going to do is to just let it settle, and before I add it to my containers, because if I fill the containers now, after a day or so, it will seem as if I did not fill them. Alright, so that is when it shrinks down, or it is its correct size or amount, then I will know what is the correct amount to fill a bottle or a jar or a container it is. In this instance, the Moisture Unlock cream actually comes in a bottle. Alright, so you can stay tuned for part 2. I will show you how I fill the bottles, but filling the bottles actually require a little more work, because the mixture will become very thick, and I will have to use piping bags to pipe the mixtures into the bottles. Alright, so thank you for watching. You can comment below whatever, if you have any questions, or if there is something you'd want me to show you about how I make my products, or if there's a product you want to see me make, you can actually comment below and I will get right to it. So thank you for supporting me, and thank you for watching. And please remember to go to my website and order your products. Thank you.